I speak of, and I don't know exactly when it's going to be, but it could be anywhere between October and the end of next year. And the reason I say October is if they were smart, what they would do would be to have a financial crisis in October so that they could shut down markets, at least temporarily, and not have an election in November in the United States. And the reason why is all the people who are in the House and the Senate who have been paid off by these illuminists behind the throne, so to speak, they're all going to get kicked out of office because you've seen the polls. I mean, they're dreadful. I mean, the people want everybody out, practically. And so if they were smart, they wouldn't have an election. It would be temporarily put off probably for 2 years.
All right, I want you to keep walking through this, Bob, but let me throw some things in here that back up what you said 7-8 months ago, that embassies were getting rid of their dollar stocks and moving to other currencies and gold. We see that being set up. Citibank, over the weekend, and it was confirmed on Monday, we went to Citibank's website, the feds told them to get ready to hold funds for 7 days so they can then devalue and hold your money throughout that period. And now all the other big banks are announcing that the same thing is being prepared. And suddenly Von Rumpi, Brown, and all these key globalists, and of all of them, the real leader of the New World Order right now is Gordon Brown, because England's the kingpin in this, for those that don't know. He said last Friday in a speech, the New World Order is here, global government is here, we're going to have a global constitution by the banks, we're taking over the planet. We played that on Monday. So they clearly, again, bring in the crises, offer the next big solution. And I agree with you, they're certainly looking at doing this. I want to walk through how you think they will do it, but first, is there any way to stop them? And your comments on why they're crowing about this. Bob's line just dropped. That happens sometimes. He's outside the United States. He'll call right back in.
Hello?
Bob, are you back?
I can hear you.
Yeah, your line dropped, or our connection to Genesis. They're in Minnesota. You're outside the country. I'm in Austin. Did you hear my question?
Yes, I did.
Okay, go ahead.
And the solution is by getting rid of 95% of the incumbents in Congress. Even if they're marginally good, get them out. And the reason why is the new group hasn't been paid off yet. And if we can get to the new group and get 1 year out of them, out of the 2 or more years that they're there, if we can get 1 year out of them, we can get rid of the Fed. We can get rid of executive orders. The President's Working Group on Financial Markets, which is under that.
All right, Bob, stay there. We're going to come back and let you have free reign to really roll instead of being interrupted by cutouts and breaks. Because what you're saying is, even if politicians aren't perfect, but they're running against incumbents, it'll take time to train the new criminals that are being put in and slow down the whole system. Stay there. Bob Chapman straight ahead will break down his plan, try to stop these people, and what it's going to look like if we don't stop them. We can rout the New World Order if we get our fighting spirit. That fighting spirit is getting fired up. You have found it, tip of the spear in the fight against the New World Order. Thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and go back to Bob Chapman. Okay, Bob, recap. Go back to what you were saying. Run through ways to stop these people, and if we don't stop them, what they're planning to do. Go ahead.
And I thought your comment was very, very good, and that is the criminal training school. And so it'll take them 6 months to a year to get a hold of these people and financially throttle them with money. And so we've got that window of opportunity if we can execute getting rid of them. And those things that I spoke about, and probably many others, are on the agenda. The reversal of legislation, such as the extension of the Patriot Acts and things of that sort. And there's a lot of things to be done. But that's why I said if the Illuminists were smart, they would pull this business of tipping over these 16 countries into bankruptcy in October. But they won't do that because I don't think it fits into their timetable, although they fully realize what we have been able to accomplish through talk radio and in the Internet in informing the people, and that's why they really want to do that, is get rid of the people in Congress, because they know they're not responding to their wishes at all. And so sometime thereafter, and probably over the next year and a quarter or so, that event will take place where they decide that they're going to have that meeting and they're going to tip them all into bankruptcy. And the reason they're doing it that way is that all the countries can tell the people of their countries, look, Iceland went under, Latvia went under, Greece and Italy went under, and the United States went under. So don't look at us like we're different. I mean, we just did what we were told to do by the other central banks.
And so if we don't do what the central banks tell us, it'll be an even worse global depression. And aren't we lucky these bankers happen to loan us our own money back that they got in the banker bailout worldwide? Isn't it just so sweet of them? And they're moving to internet censorship. They're moving to pass the carbon tax. They're moving to get the health care takeover. They're racing to the finish line because they know people are waking up to them.
And they're not going to get them passed. But more importantly, in that particular movement of taking these countries into bankruptcy is misery loves company. And they can, through disinformation and propaganda, befuddle the people who will then think, gee, everybody's doing it, so it's okay. And that's what their plan is.
Well, it's financial terrorism, just like we heard back in October 2008. You must have the banker bailout, which is really a banker takeover. We must have this global constitution of the banks. We're lucky they're here to save us. I'm Glenn Beck. We've got to have it. You can trust me. Just like I told you in 2008, we need the banker bailout. And anybody that's against it wants depression. I'm Glenn Beck. You can trust me.
Well, with his background, I don't know about that.
No, but I mean, look for him to do that. I'm saying look for him at that key point to pull a Judas Iscariot.
Well, I think he's in that process already. I read a backgrounder on him, and this guy has had a very interesting and somewhat negative life thus far. And I didn't know it was as bad as it was. But we're not here to talk about the losers in society. We're talking about things that will make American citizens winners, to get rid of the garbage that's running not only our country but our world, and expose them for what they are, and bring them to trial civilly as well as criminally for the things that they've done. And so that's the path I think things are going to take, and I think we'll have a short period of higher inflation leading into next year. How high, I can't anticipate at this time. I can't really anticipate all of the timing. I'm guessing as best I can. But that's what I think that they're up to, because they could have taken Greece under 10 years ago. I mean, it's always been a cauldron of criminality, the government, big business, and they really don't have much that they export, with the exception of the shipping business and some olive oil and some other things. And so it was easy for them to choose them. And I think in the case of Iceland, the negotiations, the people from Iceland walked out on them yesterday. The British and the Dutch want them to guarantee the money that was lost in the banks, and they're going to have a referendum, and I think the people are going to turn it down anyway.
Let's talk about that on the other side, because Iceland is an example of people saying no. This could be a model here in the United States. And for those that don't know what happened in Iceland, we'll break it down on the other side. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.